Hello Toonheads, welcome to Toonhounds, your fortnightly foray into all things animated. I'm Rich, and with me as always is the poison gas to my delighting meadow, the unnecessary flying contraption to an otherwise boring forest film. It's Spivsy!
The chlorine gas to your badger parents.
That was bleak.
It really was, I didn't expect that.
It was. We've got two Animals of Farthing Wood-esque misery films to look at today as our second part of Mouse May.
Mouse May. This is our second thing we've ever watched where a hedgehog gets run over by a car.
Yeah, or does
nearly.
No, it doesn't though. Does it?
He
nearly,
doesn't. He nearly does.
Yeah.
He does go over him.
It does. Oh yeah, I suppose technically the hedgehog was run over. It just wasn't squished. Mouse May has taken a dark and bleak turn in Evil Humans Ruin Forests month. I think May might be the month that we change up the theme, but there might always be a theme to May. Because I don't think I could do
the evil of
again.
man.
Yes,
that's
those
every
bastards.
Month. That's the theme.
Yeah, that
every
is
month.
true. Yeah, life getting bloofed up.
Yeah, getting bloofed.
So we watched this week Once Upon a Forest and Secret of NIMH. Sorry, The Secret of NIMH. I forgot the. Yeah. Should we talk about Once Upon a Forest first?
Let's talk about Once Upon a Forest first. It's surprisingly
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, I was going to say a surprisingly bleak Hanna-Barbera production.
Yeah.
Was
it 93?
Yes,
93.
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera, 20th Century Fox distribution, based on the Furlings created by Ray Lambert.
Yeah, never.
Okay.
That explains why they kept saying Furlings, because that was really taking me out of it. Yeah.
I mean, it's young, anthropomorphized woodland creatures.
Yeah.
Furlings.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Didn't do too well at the box office. Had a budget of $16 million, made 6.6. Absolutely split down the middle with critics who lambasted its heavy-handed environmental message.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lack of any depth of storytelling.
Yeah, pretty much. My major issue with it was that every character is horrendous and bad in every possible way. Like, I hated every single character in the movie.
And similar, like, to the point where none of them have any sort of character. I mean, You've got fat one, girl one, coward.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Should we
that's the
rewind the tape and we'll this is the Animals of Farthing Wood Forest.
Yes.
We've got three characters. We've got Abigail the mouse. The reason we are watching this because it is Mouse May. We've got Edgar the mole,
the
coward, and he's the nerd.
The best character.
He's the only one who actually does anything in the movie.
Yeah.
He's the one who sorts
and
everything
also
out.
The only one who goes on any sort of journey.
Yes.
Really. Physically, they go on a journey, obviously.
Yeah, but mentally, he's the only one.
But the only one with any character growth.
Yeah. And then we've got Russell, the hedgehog, who is the fat one. That's his character. He is the fat one. He's the one who gets stuck inside small spaces for comedy reason and for drama.
And doesn't ever actually do anything when there's danger.
No, he doesn't.
Even though he's not the cowardly character.
No. And he doesn't have any kind of arc. At the start, the beginning of the movie, when we're introduced to the characters, we see them with their families, so we can have the drama of them being separated from them later on, even though them being with their family means nothing at this point in the movie. It is literally just to say, look, these characters have dads. That's like basically it.
Yeah. Did we see Abigail with her family? Because we saw Edgar didn't want to be stifled by his mum, which is a weird juxtaposition for a coward character. And Russell was like facing the crowd.
Yes.
He didn't have any individuality. Spoilers, he still doesn't get any.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense for a hedgehog character. If he was a rabbit,
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, they missed out.
I don't think hedgehogs have like dozens of children inside the Warrens, do they?
No, I've only ever seen a dead hedgehog.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm
sad.
always sad about it. I live in the southwest, and there is a hell of a lot of biodiversity down here.
Yeah.
Like I see badgers and like mice and like hawks all the time. Like whenever we see a hawk, we're like engrossed for like half an hour while we're watching it.
Yeah.
Because we see them hovering all the time, and we're like, I wonder if it's going to kill something. But I the only time I've seen deer, seen stag, like walking along like
Guys,
the
you're like
road
like a Disney
not like
princess.
stag parties. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I'm like humming,
Sort of
and
the
they're all
great
coming
white
and feeding
stag.
off me.
Just
But
on your way to work.
I've never seen a hedgehog that isn't dead, and it always bums me out.
That's crazy. I've seen loads of hedgehogs.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of hedgehogs. We get. I live near like ponds, lakes, and stuff here. It's very it's a very wetlands area, so there's frogs everywhere. There's loads and loads of frogs. That's what we mainly get.
I love a frog.
Yeah.
I love a frog. When I used to live in Blackheath in London, because it was so close to like a really big national park, we used to get fox kits playing in our garden.
Yeah, that's nice.
And we used to watch them from the spare bedroom, but they used to make a fucking hell of a noise. Like they always sound like I don't think
It's like
people who don't live in the
yipping, isn't it?
it's high-pitched yipping, but also when they're having sex, it sounds like someone is being raped.
Oh yeah.
It's really, really bad.
Yeah, it's traumatic. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said that word. I'm not the sort of person who's going to say grape because I'm a fucking grown-up. But they used to play, the kids used to play in the garden. They used to sleep in the garden. So we let the garden get overrun with like wildflowers and stuff so they could play in there because they were using it more than we were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think people who don't live in like next to a city know how like big and imposing foxes can actually get. Like anyone who's seen a fox and who's normally like now we live in the country. The foxes are very small, but in London, foxes are massive. They're like small.
Urban foxes are big. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not scared of anything, and they always eat the garbage and stuff, so they get really big. And that has nothing to do with Once Upon a Forest.
You were asking earlier if we'd actually see Abigail's family. It's just her dad at the beginning, the guy with the toupee and the sweater vest.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like how they'd dressed the characters in this.
No,
I think there's like it's like an uncanny valley area of anthropomorphizing small rodents where giving them full clothes is a bit weird.
Yeah, they do it much better in Secret of NIMH with like Mrs. Brisby's cloak. Although when she takes it off, she holds herself like she's naked, and I found that really uncomfortable.
I did as well. Yeah,
but yeah, this is the lowest of the low concepts to me. Let's just make young animals sort of look humanized, but they have forest problems. You know, like forest problems.
Forest problems. Hashtag forest problems.
But they go to meet Cornelius, and Cornelius is one of the worst characters in an animated film I've ever seen.
I hated Cornelius.
Yeah.
I thought he was a complete moron.
Also really aggressive.
Yeah, he was just mean. And like he made that stupid fly machine and like sent it around the room and it was causing all kinds of chaos. And blamed the children for it.
Yeah.
They don't have any control over this device. And like it hits into his books and they all fall over and he's like panicking because my books have fallen at a 30-degree angle.
Yeah. Do you know, like, I know you don't have, like, children.
Yeah.
But you know, as well as I do, as someone with children, that you don't introduce a really exciting thing around fragile items.
No, of course
because
not.
You cannot then be angry at the child for getting excited when you've excited them. This is what I have to explain to my parents and my in-laws all the time. If you wind a kid up, you are responsible for their behaviour.
Yeah.
They don't have the emotional regulation that we do.
Yeah, if you give them a bag of sugar,
a long time.
that's on you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cornelius, get your fucking act together, man. If you
Yeah.
want them to be calm, have them have a nice little time on the rug where you're like chilling out and reading a story. Do not fucking introduce a hitherto unknown drone, to a forest species.
This is another thing about the drone that he builds that really bothered me about this film, is the size discrepancies in everything. Where these are several different species of forest animal, which are, wildly vary in size. Yeah. But in this, the hedgehogs, moles, badgers, and mice are all like an inch tall. They're all
but the
incredibly
squirrels,
small. Everything is
the squirrels are massive.
Yeah, they're all exactly the same height. Yeah. And the drone that he made is the same model, like the same cell animation that they use for the actual big drone at the end.
Oh yeah, they just like click and drag it to make it a little bit bigger and stick things in it. Yeah.
So what the hell is it made of? Because the one that he made was like the shell of an acorn, but the acorn would have been like a millimetre long.
So this nut must have been like if they had found a coconut, while what's the geographical equivalent of an anachronism? A geonism. There we go. We've made some geachronism. There we go. Yeah. We've made a new word. It would have been geachronistic. Yeah. Because coconuts wouldn't like suddenly turn up in the forest, but it had to have been something that big.
Yeah, it would have, if they found a coconut, it would have been somebody driving along on the like a highway up on a cliff, who's just eaten half a coconut and throws his brains out the side of his car
with some
window.
Steel drums in the back of their car. Yeah, just to provide some sort of racial context for it, because this was made in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And also, for people who have never seen a badger is the size of a sort of like medium to large breed dog. They are huge and they maim people because they're like so territorial. I'm not saying that you can't have badgers with mice, even though that they would kill and eat a mouse. A mouse,
but he should have been big. He should have been
so
badger.
big.
Yeah.
Animals of Farthingwood got the proportions of animals really right.
Yeah,
that's always something I think is quite good about animals.
They even need to make him like kaiju sized next to them or anything.
Badgezilla.
Yeah, he could have just been like, a foot taller or something.
Yeah.
But they're all exactly the same height.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The badger being the same size as the congregation of wrens.
Yeah.
Which was so fucking weirdly racist.
Yeah, that was a bit strange. Yeah.
Give up.
Weird.
Give up. We can't
just
think
die.
Physics. We can't. We're just too stupid for that.
Yeah, that whole sequence where, for context, they come across a gaggle of religious wrens who are doing a funeral procession for a small child who looks like Henry Hawke, who is trapped inside the mud, and they're expecting him to die, and they're all doing the funeral before his death, which is insane.
In a weird Southern Baptist black congregational type of way. It's really like,
the white children show up and show them the error of their ways and rescue him. But they rescue him.
You don't have to give up on your children.
Yeah. They rescue him in the stupidest way. Just throw a stick towards him and have him hold on. They didn't need to do that weird pulley system.
No, it makes the wrens seem even more ridiculous.
Yeah. He's not even that far out. He's like 3 inches in. Yeah.
Yeah. That whole bit is really sort of like just... If it had been in Secret of NIMH, I think I would have forgiven it a little bit because of the intelligence markers problem, right?
Yeah.
But in Once Upon a Forest, these birds just give up on this little bird that is caught in like the equivalent of quicksand.
Yeah.
So it's a muddy bog. Like they've never encountered mud before. They're wrens.
Yeah, it's crazy. Really, really weird. I was thinking, is this like a wren thing? Do birds get trapped and just left in places?
Right, and I think that's because we're making the Animals of Farthingwood connection as well. Like when the mice die because of the shrike, which is a thing that has been seared into our memories. But shrikes impale small mammals on thorn bushes.
Yeah.
I
real
know
thing.
that from the age of 4 because my parents
You're
had to explain
traumatised.
that to me, and I was traumatized for life. But do wrens get caught in mud often? Is this the
don't
thing
know.
they have to deal with? Have these kids just changed? Absolutely, Prime Directive style, changed society for the
wrens.
wrens. Like, oh my god, mud is an instant death.
Do wrens even have like communal systems like this? Do they
I have no
travel in
idea.
packs? Because I thought wrens were like solitary. I didn't think they did like, you know.
No wonder they're solitary. They give up on
They
their
just give up on
family
each
at the
other, yeah.
first. Oh my god, he's got a cold. But goodbye, grandfather.
just loading the gun.
Old yellow system of growth in the wren community.
Really crazy.
We should talk about Michelle because we've sort of jumped on ahead,
Michelle.
which was my fault.
Yeah, that was bizarre for a Hanna-Barbera small children's movie. I don't know how this was rated G with some of the with the Michelle scenes. Also,
Brutal
Michelle is a really
murders.
weird name for a small rodent.
So's Russell.
So is Russell. Well, Russell is like, you can rustle through leaves, so it makes sense for
Oh,
a
I
hedgehog.
guess so. Yeah, you're right. Michelle is the weirder one.
Michelle is a weird name. Abigail's. I think Abigail works for a mouse because of I don't know. It just seems like a very mousy name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Edgar works for a mole because
Edgar
of
works for a
glasses.
mole.
Yeah.
Russell,
then
I kind
Michelle.
of can get behind it. Michelle should have been a turtle.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, maybe not meant to-
Michelle.
That's what I think. All of these characters were like the wrong species. Like Russell should have been a rabbit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Edgar was fine.
Edgar
was fine as a mole. A
Yeah.
hiding character who is a coward is very clever.
Yeah.
Abigail should have been the badger.
Yeah, yeah. Then we wouldn't
the
have had mouse.
daughter
Mate. We wouldn't
of
have if they were a badger, we wouldn't have had to watch this movie.
Even more reason. Cornelius is their teacher. I think we need to say that. Cornelius
Yes.
is their teacher. And also Michelle's, who's the small badger, who's their friend, who don't get used to her because she's not going to be in the rest of the film. She is Cornelius's niece.
Yes.
And Cornelius seems to be the head of the teacher of the furlings. So he's teaching these kids how to be, I don't know.
But it seems like I got the
more
impression they were
understanding of the
kind of
forest?
they were sort of like outdoor school.
Yeah, like almost like the Scouts.
Yeah.
Scouts or Girl Guides or whatever you want to call them.
Because it is just they've got 4 students at the Furling Academy, despite the fact we have seen many children, because Russell's got all of those brothers and sisters, but they don't go to school apparently. Maybe they're poor and they have to pay for it. So Russell's the only one who got to go.
Or maybe these are like special. Oh, I was going to say, are they like high intelligence kids? But they're not, are they?
No, they're the
not.
bad kids.
This is like the send
Yeah, this is
equivalent
remedial.
of the
Yeah.
forest. Oh god. But yeah, so he teaches them how to do stuff, including nearly get run over by a car.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like, he doesn't help them in any way during that first sequence.
No. In fact, he makes things worse. Doesn't the boat capsize that they're in as well?
Yeah, and then he blames them.
Yeah, he always blames them for stuff.
Yeah.
But soon after, a poison gas truck,
that was so funny.
As we are prone to transport our poisonous gases in trucks that go along the main roads, basically crashes and the tank is ruptured and gas floods into the forest.
Yeah, there's poison gas everywhere. It's it's chaos, leading to one of the most unexpected
Harrowing
moments of a children's animated film we've ever seen, where Michelle goes home to find her parents because everybody's evacuated, and she heads inside, inhales poisonous gas, and passes out near the bodies of her parents who have succumbed to the gases. They are dead. I honestly thought, because kids movie, this is like made for 7-year-olds. It's a G-rated film. I thought they're going to drag the parents out, they're going to cough and splutter and be fine. But no, they are dead.
Nope, they're dead. They're dead. They had died in the middle of what looked like lunch.
Yeah.
They had just
really
asphyxiated.
Yeah. They've been like chlorine gassed.
Yeah.
Like,
and this gas is everywhere.
There were a few parts in this where it felt like, World War II coded.
Yeah.
Felt like, escaping from like
mustard gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the bit where they have to escape through the back door when they think that the humans have come to take them away. That was a bit like,
Yeah.
escaping the Nazis. It was very
Yeah,
weird.
you had the thing where Cornelius reveals that, like, his parents had been culled.
Yeah.
Like, and that was very, like, Kristallnacht, sort of like Jews leaving the confines of their families while their parents and grandparents were, like, put up against a wall and shot, essentially.
Yeah.
That was very... Yeah, it's very World War II, World War One coded. That's strange. I hadn't considered that until now, yeah. That's harrowing as well. Like, Cornelius saying, like, I had to get my infant sister out.
His infant sister who is now dead.
Yes. Yeah.
The amount of loss that Cornelius has to go through. So I wonder if he sings that sad song.
Yeah, oh God. I skipped ahead with that. At the moment he started singing out of tune, I was like, skip.
Yeah, it felt like the actor had just made it up as he was going along.
Gas. So, yeah, if they don't... So Michelle is dragged out and Cornelius sends 3 children into the forest to find some lungwort and eyebright, herbs that will reverse the damage the gas did to her lungs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, in 2 days, she will definitely die.
Yeah.
In 2 days exactly.
Yes.
How
doesn't Cornelius knows this remains to be seen. Like, he must have already been somewhere where chlorine gas was used on the public.
Maybe that's how his parents died. Maybe that's how he knows. Because in the flashback, when the adults get the kids out and they put the trap in front of the tree, which seems overkill to me, they are all in gas masks and stuff and are gassing.
Yeah, they are, yeah. So he must have researched it after the fact.
Yeah. Then, so the kids travel off and they see the monstrous one-eyed barn owl.
Yeah.
It's weird that there's, like...
2 monster barn owls this week.
Yeah. I found this scene so funny. So they hide. Abigail gets taken, but she escapes, and they go under the log. And Edgar inadvertently saves them by digging a hole and getting sand in the eye of the owl. And then they immediately decide, even though the owl knows where they are, to rest and sleep in this place next to the opening.
Yeah. They aren't the smartest kids, and it's a surprise they made it to the end of the film.
No, yeah. It's like...
This whole scene was done way better in A Bug's Life.
Yeah, absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
It's like escaping a burning building and then being like, oh, man, I'm pooped. I'm going to sleep in the opening of that burning building.
Yeah.
And die of asphyxiation.
Yeah.
It was...
Oh, I'm glad I got out of that building where that gas leak happened. Well, time for a nap.
A nap because the gas has made me feel sleepy. But, like, they don't even go any further into the hiding place.
No, they don't
get Edgar to dig them a hole so that they're, warmer.
Yeah.
They have this weird shared body warmth scene as well,
which
they don't talk about. It's weird.
Yeah. When they wake up and, like, move away from where the owl was, it's just like, oh, we survived the owl that night. The owl's gone forever now. We're fine.
Yeah,
we can just leave. It's like
kids logic.
Yeah.
Like that'll never happen again. Lightning will never strike twice. Famous last words. Then you got the Wren scene, haven't you?
Yeah, the whole Wren thing, which is a bit weird. Which again, Edgar is the one to save everything.
Yeah, because he's not a coward.
Yep.
He feels he's coward coded, but he isn't actually a coward.
We should have had Mole May, because Abigail hasn't done shit in this movie.
Yeah.
All she's done is have fights.
Mole May would have been good.
Mormon.
That's next. Mormon May.
Yeah. Are there any animated films about Mormons?
I guess V will find them if there are. But the Wren scene is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a cartoon.
It's crazy.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
Because it feels so offensive.
It feels like
also so stupid.
Like late 1960s Disney. It was like very
like Dumbo.
Yeah, it's very Dumbo.
With the crows,
very Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit strange.
At this point, I was checked out of the story. I was like, nothing is happening. Nothing not nothing, but nothing that makes really a lot of sense.
Yeah,
like everything's sort of like first draft.
It didn't feel like there was enough connective tissue between the scenes.
No.
It was just like they would go somewhere, something would happen to them, then they would move like 10 feet to the left and something new would happen to them.
Yeah, it's not like the owl warned them off, so they went further in, and the wrens told them, "Oh, you can go and find the you can go." Oh no, he does tell them.
Yeah,
Phineas,
he does.
The leader does tell them. All right, that's a little bit of connective tissue, I guess, but it just seems
I would have had
inconsequential.
the little the wren that they rescue. If he had come over and said, "Thank you for rescuing me. I want to help you now," and he knew where it was and took them to it, so then I think that would be it would make a bit more sense than them just saying like, "Oh yeah, we know exactly what this thing is. You just go over there and find it." Like, see you later,
and
bye.
He could have flew up there, and they'd be like, "Well, you're an idiot. We can't fly."
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
Yeah,
and then
like he could have flown
reason.
up there, and the flower is trapped between the rocks, and he can't pull it out because he's a little weakling. And I think it's a bit better than it just being go over there and you'll find it. Because the whole thing with like the tree that they find as well, that doesn't really go anywhere, does it? Is that meant to be the tree that they move to at the end?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, because that would make sense. Because they found a new place to live, but they don't really say it because they just go back home to Cornelius's house, and apparently the gas is gone now, and they just like the families all show up. But I would have had them move somewhere else.
Nuclear wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't, because I watched NIMH first.
I did as well, yeah.
And then I watched a few bits of NIMH afterwards to just sort of like make sure I had my ducks in a row with it.
Yeah.
But I thought that they were always going to move because that's the driving force in NIMH.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't. They just go back to this like desolate wasteland.
Yeah, really weird.
I found the whole building of the flying machine absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah, it was really stupid. Like they managed to do all that with a single page of a blueprint.
Yeah, what they needed to do was when Phineas tells them about the yellow dragons, which are construction vehicles, they need to be climbing up the construction vehicles and going through the site to get the herbs.
Yeah, and
like be in danger with the construction vehicles.
Yeah.
That's what they needed to do, not build a fucking flying machine.
Yeah, and
with 3 8-year-olds.
Yeah, they should at least have, given some kind of indication that they would know how to build a flying machine. Like, because the only bit of like mechanical engineering any of them do is putting a stick over a rock and using it as a pulley.
Yeah,
as a seesaw. But that's like it. That's not enough to say that they are smart enough to build a flying machine. No.
What you needed was that Cornelius scene to be like, so I've got working. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to finish off our flying machine.
Yeah, instead of being already.
And then be like, yeah. And then be able to do it, and him be like, you're like amazing. This is why I have the confidence in you that you can go out and do these things, rather than, oh my god, you're 3 fucking morons.
Yeah. Or you build up to the flying machine. You have them build a boat instead of there already being one. Like Russell has to build a boat because they're trapped somewhere, or
and then
have him make something,
and then Edgar builds the pulley.
Yeah,
and then Abigail thinks of the way to build watches the construction vehicles and builds like a bridge.
Yeah,
to get over to the something. It needs to be if building is the way these kids interact with the world, you need to build that up.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
That flying machine wouldn't work at all anyway.
No, it's ridiculous. And the way they do it, it's like part glider, part hummingbird.
Yeah.
That whole scene where Edgar doesn't want to do it and then actually goes to save Abigail. He's the only character worth any time in this whole movie.
Yeah. He's the only one who has any kind of arc to his character.
Yeah. They crash land, but they crash land in the exact right place.
Yep, somehow. They must have gone really far.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And they give Cornelius the herbs, and Michelle. Oh no, this is where Edgar is captured.
Yes.
And then the human takes pity on him for some reason.
Yeah, it was meant to be that they're you don't actually environmental preservationists at the end.
Yeah.
They weren't actually there to kill the animals. They were there to get rid of the gas and make sure the animals were alive, which is a bit of a weird message, I thought. It's a bit backwards. It's like, it's fine. The forest is all right, actually. You don't need to think about environmentalism.
The only way that this would have worked is this message is if the kids should never have been able to build stuff. That's how you do it. Cornelius is like, no, we're natural. We live in the natural world. We don't need to emulate the humans. And then actually them emulating the humans is what gets the humans to understand them and be like, oh, these animals are...
Yeah,
like,
something. Yeah.
Something. Like, you would have had loads of scientists flood in, like, why is a baby mole being able to build a flying machine?
Why is this baby mole wearing glasses?
But that's so weird. And why is Edgar naked again?
Oh, no, I think that was just meant to be that he looks like a regular animal and they wouldn't have to think about the fact he was wearing clothes.
Then they need to not be wearing clothes from the start. You can't just be like, oh, Edgar's taking a shower and this human grabbed him and put him in a cage. It's so weird.
I think it would have made a lot more sense if it was kids at the end who would like found them and they would do it. It was like, or like just regular people instead of people in hazmat suits. If it was like an actual like the like environmental preservationist thing, you know, like when people go to scrub oil off of seagulls
or clean up a
like
river of all the trash. Yeah. It
but
just doesn't work.
It would have been a bit difficult to do that with the chlorine gas because they couldn't send 7-year-olds in to clean up the forest after a gas attack.
Go and inhale all this gas for us, please, kids.
Can you imagine like the aftermath of that? That like, a tanker had fallen over and gassed an entire section of the forest and killed dozens of animals.
I don't think that area would be inhabitable for a really long time.
No.
Chlorine gas is so dangerous.
It really is, yeah.
Which is, it's amazing to me that they sell it to people to clean pools and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you get it in tablet form, don't you? So, like, it's a lot easier to handle and stuff. But it's still so dangerous. And then Michelle is unresponsive the next day, so everyone thinks she's dead. Mm-hmm. But the power of Cornelius's tears brings her back to life.
That made me laugh. It was so... Oh, it was like it was something from a different movie. Like it suddenly went into like magical realism. It was really stupid.
Yeah. And then they all get reunited with their families, apart from Michelle.
Yeah, because her parents are dead. Yeah.
Her parents are dead. Gassed,
and Cornelius breaks the news to her in the worst possible way. Well, he makes like a joke out of it, where they were saying, like, look, everybody's mommy and daddy is coming home. Not everybody's mommy and daddy, Michelle. I'm sure you could have worded that better, Cornelius.
No, he can't. He can't possibly. And then he says, like, you know, I'll look after you. I'll do my best. It's like, oh, God. I'll try. But more than likely, you'll be put into some sort of home in the future. And then, basically, they look out over the desolate wasteland and decide, no, we can put this right if we... Well, with Cornelius's magic tears, probably.
Yeah. And then over the course of years, they all have horrible indigestion pains. Yeah. They have abdominal growths. Yeah.
They're, like, some of the mice are growing ears on their backs, you know. Horrible, hideous mutants. And they all die, painfully.
The end.
The end. I hated this.
I didn't think it was as bad as you did. I thought it was crap, but it was like... You know, a solid 5 out of 10 crap.
Oh, yeah. I would give it a 4. I remember the thing I said to you in the chat yesterday was, they build a fucking plane?
The stupid thing is, they completely ruin the reveal that they build a plane, because it's on the poster of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, you don't open with that. That's meant to be the big cool thing that they do.
They Spivsy and Rich punch up as always. They needed to be engineering students or like kids who were really smart and had watched humans this whole time. So you need to the preservation people already have to be in the forest in my eyes, and the kids are watching them, and Cornelius is like, no, you shouldn't go near them, we can't trust them.
Scouts.
All humans are terrible. Could have been scouts.
Russell's like really into knot tying. That's how he figures out how to put the stuff together.
Absolutely. You could have done that. The kids are obsessed with humans and they want to emulate them and stuff like that. And Cornelius is really anti that. But he has to maybe he is the sort of person who's like, oh, we can only make Michelle comfortable. There's nothing we can do for her now. I've seen this gas, and this proves why the humans are terrible. And then the kids have to go off and use what they've learned from the humans in order to get the herbs. Maybe they see it in a book. One of the scouts
one of the kids gets like poison ivy, and they use something to like heal the poison ivy, and they watch that and think, well, this is kind of the same thing, and they figure out that they can use herbs.
And they work not with the humans, but parallel with the humans to make the forest inhabitable again.
Yeah.
And that is a sort of, and then the message becomes nature in equilibrium, rather than sometimes you can trust humans and sometimes you can't.
Yeah, and we have a scene where the animals come across the lifeless corpses of the scouts because of all inhaled gases.
Well, you have to have this thing being like, sometimes accident happens and it harms the humans as much as maybe they find the driver of the truck.
Yeah.
It affects humans as much as animals, because humans are also animals who live in the world.
Yeah. I think this is a better movie. It's got more death.
It is a better movie. Yeah. Well, if you're going to go deaf, you have to go full deaf, right?
Yeah, go get into it, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely fucking awful. I there's not many films that I watch that are that I completely zone out of. But after the Ren scene, I mean, to be fair, borderline offensive racism does make me zone out quite quickly. But this was just... It was too short for the things it wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Everything was like, quick, next scene, quick, let's go. And then everything was... All the characters were underdeveloped.
Yeah, it felt like we were meant to know who they were already.
Yeah. Like, this was like a Land Before Time 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this another one which is based on a book?
It must be. It's based on the characters from Ray Lambert.
A Furling story. That was a thing as well at the beginning where it said based on the Welsh tale. Well, that was a strange thing to clarify.
It hasn't got a link, so I can't get into it.
Yeah. The reference on the Wikipedia page is just to the animated movie guide from 2005, a completely unrelated publication.
I'm going to say this. The voice of Cornelius, Michael Crawford. Michael Crawford is a very odd celebrity, right?
Mm.
He was like Frank Spencer in Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, which is a really famous British, almost like slapstick comedy, which was
garbage.
really, really popular though.
Incredibly popular.
And then,
not
and
funny
then
in the slightest, but incredibly popular.
Yeah. And then he was in The Phantom of the Opera, because he's a stage singer and a stage actor. He got like a Laurence Olivier Award for musicals and a Tony as well. And then he was in Broadway. And then he voices a badger in an animated environmentalist film.
And Michelle is Elizabeth Moss of Scientology fame.
No.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's crazy, yeah. It must have been one of her first roles.
God, I hate Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, she's terrible, yeah.
Yeah.
She's still married to Fred Armisen.
Is she really? Yeah.
She was. I hate Fred Armisen. It's so crap. Yeah, this was her
Is he a
second
Scientologist
movie.
as well?
I don't think so. But yeah, this was her second ever movie in 1993. She was in Suburban Commando in 1991.
She the one with Hulk Hogan?
Was that the one with Hulk Hogan? Yes, the one with Hulk Hogan. Yeah. She played the character Little Girl.
Oh, an absolute bullet of a role for her there.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, devil rest his soul.
Yeah.
Oh God, Elizabeth Moss deserves everything she got for that film. Yeah, it's boring. It's boring. It's a 4 out of 10 for me. It's one of those things that tries to do everything with like 2 out of 10 effort.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, if you can't make the effort to make this interesting, why? It's got the rich cardinal sin of being boring. Be bad.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're bad. Be awful. As long as you're like funnily awful, but don't bore me. There's enough things that are boring in this world. We don't need any more boring things. So it's
I'd give it a 5. It was.
One more point.
Yeah, It was all right. I mean, it was terrible. It wasn't very interesting to watch, but I felt like it wasn't like offensively awful to me. It reminded me a bit of Get Along Gang.
It's not that even that good. Get Home Gang. Get Building an Airship Gang.
If they made like a TV series out of this, I think they could do something with it. We just like turn the kids into like inventors, like they solve problems for the animals.
Yeah.
I think there's something to it. They had like the meat of something, but then didn't cook any of it.
Yeah. I didn't love it.
Can't believe it was a Hanna-Barbera production.
No.
Doesn't feel like one at all.
No.
Doesn't look like one.
It doesn't. Wait, it's too bleak to be Hanna-Barbera. This should have been Don Bluth as well. Don Bluth would have done quite well with this.
This would be great if it was Don Bluth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in 1993.
Yeah. Anyway. Right, so let's take a break and we'll be right back for some National Institute of Mental Health slander.
There's antiques, crystal from Sweden, Harris tweeds and Calvin Klein, oatcakes from Scotland, paintings and prints, and trees, flowers, and smiling people. All of this and more is happening now in the village of Sewickley. It's the most unique shopping experience anywhere, where you can stroll the streets and find quaint, friendly shops filled with treasures from around the world. Shop the village of Sewickley, where once upon a time is not so long ago.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to talk about Secret of NIMH now.
What is the Secret of NIMH?
The Secret of NIMH is that the National Institute of Mental Health are secretly trying to destroy nature. So if you're depressed, don't ever get help. Please get help.
Please get help.
So I'm going to just say this right up front. It's a Don Bluth masterpiece.
Yeah, it's one of his best, I would say. Maybe the best.
It needed to be a smidge longer.
I don't know. I think it's like... I don't know if it doesn't... I didn't feel like I was missing anything.
I just wanted more.
I also didn't feel like it was, extending its welcome or anything. There is a sequel from 16 years later, which had nothing to do with Don Bluth, and it's about her son Timothy going on an adventure.
Is it supposed to be good?
No, it's crap.
Oh.
By all accounts, I've never seen it, but I've heard it's bad.
That is a shame.
Yeah.
It's great.
It
is
is
really
one
good.
of the best movies about mice that there has ever been. One of the best mice characters in animation.
Oh, she's so good.
Yeah.
She's brave. She cares about people. She's family orientated. That made it sound like I said that like a weird conservative, but actually she cares for her children is what I mean. She's just great. She's really respectful of other people's cultures. She is doubting until she is not. Mm-hmm. She volunteers for things even though she is not trained to do them.
She's courageous enough to activate a magical amulet, which is always the best indication of somebody being courageous.
Yeah, absolutely. So, 1982, which is older than me.
Who was president? Reagan?
Don't know. No, it can't have been Reagan. Surely Reagan was after.
Reagan was 84, wasn't he?
Yeah, who was before Reagan?
Oh shit, I don't remember. Gerald Ford?
Carter?
Carter?
Who was president? I mean, I don't know why we're...
I'm trying to think, like, why would there be anti-mental health stigma?
Yeah. Reagan. It
was Reagan. Yeah, that makes sense. Bloody Reagan.
Boo. I think this is like another science meddling thing, and this one works better. I don't know why they used the National Institute of Mental Health. They should have used like some nameless lab.
Yeah, it's crazy that they just straight up used the National Institute of Mental Health. Like, because the book that the film is based on is Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of NIMH.
Yeah.
So you would have... Did they get permission to use the name in both counts? Or was it... I mean, I know that in books you are allowed to use, like, government...
Yeah, you're allowed to use, like, DEFRA or, whoever. The IRS.
Yeah, it's just a bit strange. Like, it's a surprise that they just straight up use the name.
It is weird.
Yeah, I always thought they'd make something up for it. I mean, even if they use Min.
Yeah. Do you know what? they should have just used like Omnicore, some evil lab, biotech. Because basically the premise of the movie is that animals are given super intelligence by a lab and then reintroduced to accidentally, because they get free, introduced into society, and now they have outgrown their old lives and want to move wholesale to a new area. But they have become, the creatures that have become super intelligent have adopted not through biology and science through intelligence rather than imitation, the negative aspects of humanity. So like backstabbing and politics but also the best stuff like invention and almost like pseudo religion and
it gets a bit, it's very Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
because they clarify that there are 20 rats who are given intelligence.
And 11 mice.
11 mice and only 2 survive.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Because they were too small. They were too little to survive the fans.
And not only that, they're immortal.
Yes, yeah. Or long-lived. I don't know if they're immortal, but they're long-lived.
But by mouse and rat standards,
so they probably live
as
like
immortal.
10 years or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
they clarify that through different scenes in the film where Mrs. Brisby is talking about her husband, they are able to teach the other mice how to do things. They are able to Mrs. Brisby wouldn't have been one of the mice who was given super intelligence or anything.
No.
But she has been taught how to read by her husband, Jonathan.
Yes.
And her children have been born with that intelligence as well, where they are. So she says that they learnt how to read much faster than she did. Yeah. And she does it without any sense of jealousy. It's really sort of like, I'm proud of them that they can do that. So the biological... mice breed, they interbreed, and they have the genetic structure to interbreed without much in the way of mutation. Mm-hmm. So mice from then on would have this super intelligence. Yeah. Within a couple of generations. Because of their breeding patterns. Which is insane. I also love, Jonathan is not a character, but his presence is really felt, and you know that he is just a genuinely excellent person. Yeah. Everyone loved him. Yeah, he was great. I think we should probably talk about the story, because the story is... The way in which things are revealed is part of the immense joy of NIMH, I think. Mm-hmm. It's a very fun movie to go through. It is really good. Well, also, just really interesting. Like Aegis lives in a combine harvester that's rusted. Stuff like that, So they live... The creatures in the movie live on or close to Fitzgibbon's farm. Yes. And Mrs. Brisby is a widowed field mouse with 4 children, but needs to move her family out of the field because ploughing time is here. Mm-hmm. Now, at first, when I thought about this, I was like, why did they set up home in a field? But the life of a field mouse... Yeah, they've probably only been there for a year. Or less. Yeah. But it's virtually her whole life that she's lived there. Yeah, her kids are probably 2 weeks old. Yeah. So, but the problem with moving is that her youngest son has pneumonia. That shocked me as well, that it was just straight up pneumonia. I would have thought they'd, just call it the sickness or something, that he's ill. Yeah. But they know that it is literally pneumonia. Yeah. So she goes to visit a friend of her late husband, who is the one who diagnoses the illness, and he has made medicine. Yeah, for the other mice. So he knows, but he says that Timothy's got to stay inside for a period of time to get better. But unfortunately, that overlaps with the ploughing season. Yes, yeah. And then Brisby is obviously Mrs. Brisby. I'm just going to call her Brisby. Yeah. Brisby, because we never find out her first name. No, we don't know. No. Which is quite endearing. The fan version of her, I think, is Elizabeth, because she's voiced by an Elizabeth. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Elizabeth Brisby is quite nice as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
quite a quite nice name. But on her way home meets Jeremy, another Dom DeLuise character who is just really interesting.
The polar opposite to my opinions on the Dom DeLuise character from Father Goes West, in that Jeremy is the worst part of the film.
He doesn't fit.
No, could have completely done without him. It is just like, well, we need to give Dom DeLuise a role. What can we do? Like, his voice doesn't fit any other character in this film.
No, it's weird. It's weird. There's too many characters in this. It's one of the drawbacks is that there's too many characters and we don't spend enough time with anyone who isn't Mrs. Brisby, right?
I would just get rid of Jeremy. I'd be fine with everybody else. Yeah.
I would have her go home and have to escape Dragon. I would make Dragon a bigger presence. Dragon is the Fitzgibbons farm cat.
Yeah.
What a great name for a cat.
Really great, yeah. I really enjoyed that. Throughout the film, they established that Dragon is bad at being a farm cat. Like, he can't be bothered to go and, like, attack the mice or anything. And every time that dragon is a threat to everything, it seems to be accidental. Like, he just happens to be there, and then they get away quite easily from him.
Yeah. In fact, the only creatures that were harmed by Dragon, which must have been in his youth, because he would have been a year younger, were Mr. Brisby, Jonathan, who had died at the hands of Dragon, and Mr. Ages, who had his leg broken, because they are trying to poison the cat so that they can all get away. I would have made Dragon a bigger presence, a bigger threat, because then you'd have the internal villain and you'd have the external villain force, and that's always more interesting. But Jeremy is a crow who is collecting string to attract a mate with a colourful nest, which is an interesting proposition, but the character is not very well written.
No, he's just a bit annoying.
He turns up at times when he's not needed.
Yeah, he turns up for the purpose of another character telling him to go away.
Yes, he doesn't fit this film.
No, he doesn't at all. No,
he doesn't. You have a really good scene with Auntie Shrew checking in on the kids, where the kids are like, "Go away, you old bat," which I found really fun.
Yeah, I like the kids.
I like the kids.
They weren't good kids. They weren't like Disney-fied
paragons of innocence. Yeah, they were like they were too intelligent for their own good, so they're understimulated, right? But
they were basically the rabbit children from Robin Hood.
Yeah. So, like we said in the break, we were surprised who voices them because it sounds like they are the voices of the rabbits from Robin Hood, and they just used some outtakes.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Mrs. Brisby discovers that the ploughing has already begun a day earlier. So her and Auntie Shrew disable the tractor, which is just such a cool scene.
It really
when
was,
they're taking out because you get some real peril.
I love how regular human things, or like the undergrounds of places, are turned into this like really vibrant fantasy world to the mice.
It's really
like
good.
They're going through like, it felt a bit Tomb Raidery when they're going through places. It was really cool,
especially when Brisby turns up in the rosebush to talk to the rats later on, and it's like this weird labyrinthian maze that she is initially turned away from. But they disable the tractor, and she asks Jeremy to go and take her to essentially the god of the farm, the Great Owl. And the Great Owl is wise anyway. There's a great bit where she's looking for the owl, and this giant spider is chasing her.
Oh yeah.
And then the owl squishes the spider and it's like, "Get out of my tree."
Yeah. Like a really like terrifying looking spider as well.
Yeah. A bloof spider.
Yeah.
But she says to the owl, "I need to get my family and the people of Fitzgibbons away." And he's like, "I don't care about these trivial things." And then she says, "I'm Jonathan Brisby's widow." And he is like, okay. Jonathan Brisby is like a important figure and friend to the forest. Go see the rats living under the rose bush and seek out Nicodemus.
Yeah. This
I
is
loved that.
quite a surprising thing that the rats aren't
Enemies.
the villainous force, as it usually is. This must have been one of the first examples of animated rats who weren't bad.
Yeah, and are nice to mice as well.
Yeah.
I always think mice and rats, and I can't help but think of Ratigan from Basil, pretending to be a mouse. It was so good. Also, because Ratigan's design is clearly used for Jenna. I wish we got more Jenna and Justin.
Yes,
like that sort of like, this is how you could go if you were good. This is how you could go if you took on the evil of man rather than the good of man. But
I
Brisby...
like that they kind of establish or set up a sort of romance between Mrs. Brisby and Justin.
Yeah.
But near the end, it's more that she chooses her family over that sort of thing. Like when she hands him the keys to the kingdom at the end.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. Like stuff like that where it's like she could easily have another life, but she is so determined to do the right thing by her family.
Yeah.
It's why she's great. But she goes into the rose bush and is first turned away by Brutus.
Brutus, Brutus was a cool design. I love how some of the rats are huge.
Yeah. And he's like wearing armour and has an electric cattle prod. Like they've mastered technology. But he's never seen again in a meaningful way, which is a real shame. But he's just the guard who turns people away. And then Aegis comes in and is like, "Oh, Brisby, what are you doing here?" And she says, "The great owl sent me." And Aegis is like, "Oh, okay, well, you better come in then." And they meet the captain of the guard, Jenna, who's Brutus's boss, and second only to Nicodemus. And
Nicodemus
then
is such a cool name.
It's really good. And really, like, Derek Jacobi's got a fantastic voice anyway, but he's really good as Nicodemus. And they walk in on essentially a town hall where Justin is desperate to get the rats away from what's the new place they want to go to?
Thornbury or something?
Thornbury. It's like a place where they can be on their own, so they don't have to interfere with nature anymore. They can just be themselves and not be so reliant on human technology and thievery. They want to be better, which is something I really liked.
There was a really cool bit where they go into like a diving bell made out of a lantern.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
And then it's like a giant lift down underground.
Yeah, really cool.
So good. But Jenna wants to stay, and he's a villain, but he's not really a villain. He's a traditionalist.
Yeah.
He's not trying to usurp power because he wants the power. He wants to usurp power to keep the people safe.
Yeah. It's like...
It's complex.
There's always, in these sorts of kids' movies, the villain is either a Nazi or the class system in general.
Yeah.
And I feel like in this one, it's a class system thing where Jenna has found some kind of success or a life in this very specific institution.
Yeah.
And now that something is threatening that institution, and it could result in lesser beings given higher status, he doesn't want that to happen, because he does call the mice a lesser being during the town hall.
Yeah, and maybe because she hasn't gone through the process of intelligence like he has. It's a good point. Maybe he's a bit more of a villain than I thought. But then she learns from Nicodemus that the rats and some of the mice of Fitzgibbon's farm were taken and experimented on and given human intelligence. And though most of the mice died, nearly all of them, apart from Aegis and Jonathan, they were taken by the National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH for short. They were saved by Jonathan, and owe their lives to him. And basically all the advancements that the farm animals have made is because of Jonathan's doing, essentially.
It's because
Jonathan and Nicodemus.
Jonathan was small enough to get through the bars to unlock the hatch to give them freedom when they got through the ventilation system.
And he could have left.
Yeah.
But he chose to put himself in danger and save them. And essentially Nicodemus wants to stop rats having to rely on humanity and grow as their own species, grow as their own kind. So he wants to move. Then he gives Brisby a magical amulet.
Yeah, the magical amulet is a bit strange, isn't it? That doesn't really go anywhere or come from anything.
Comes completely out of left field.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if there like some magical reason for its existence. Like, is it a human thing that has been given some kind of power by the rats, or like some kind of not necessarily a real magic, but a sort of this means something to us, and that's a kind of magic. Yeah.
I don't know that it matters. However, it does come completely out of left field. This perhaps Nicodemus has, because Nicodemus is clearly able to use magic.
Yes,
we know that from the first scene. He writes books without putting pen to paper. He just says the words and they go into the book.
Yeah. So is that like Nicodemus had the strongest dose of the intelligence formula or whatever it was?
Maybe.
Or maybe it's because he's so old. That's just where they're eventually going.
Their evolution, yeah. If rats survive long enough, they get access to like some sort of hidden natural magic. My headcanon says that he invented the amulet because he knew it would be needed in the future. And he tells her that. But he says it's a gift from Jonathan.
Yeah, maybe Jonathan helped. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
because they're clearly the most intelligent of the two.
I bet this is in the book.
Treatment. Yeah, probably. But while this is happening, Jenna plots to eliminate Nicodemus so that he can take control and keep them on the Fitzgibbons farm.
This was another surprising thing to me from a kids' movie, is that he plots to kill Nicodemus and actually succeeds in his plot.
Yes.
Like, it works.
Yeah. And I think Nicodemus knows that it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's why he's doing all of this. Why he wrote down those the messages to Mrs. Brisby at the beginning of the film.
Yeah. So, in order to move... So, the rats agree to help her, but reveal that first they've got to drug Dragon, and that is why Jonathan and Aegis were killed and injured respectively, because only mice can do it. So in order to move the house and in order to move the rat colony, they have to get Dragon out of the way.
Yeah.
And only mice can fit through the holes leading into the house, which doesn't make any sense, because if you've seen a mouse or a rat, they can fit into a very, very small hole. So Brisby volunteers for this. I'm convinced Nicodemus knows she's going to do it. Knows she's going to volunteer, but she does it because she wants to help Nicodemus and the rats as much as she wants to help her own family, which just goes to show what an utterly fantastic character she is. She gets the drug into the dish, but she is caught and held in a cage by the Fitzgibbons' son.
Yeah.
Who were and then
very oddly animated teeth on the son.
Yeah, weird. Like the humans are the weirdest. They don't fit.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Earlier on in the film when they're going up to the tractor, the tractor is like a real guy. It's just like a film of a man riding a tractor.
Yeah.
It's not animated.
Just with a filter.
Yeah.
But while she's in the house, she overhears Farmer Fitzgibbons talking to the National Institute of Mental Health, and they are coming in the morning to exterminate all the rats because they know that the rats have gotten out of the lab.
Yeah.
And have almost located them, essentially. Because it must be a fair old while after they've escaped, because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to invent all this stuff. And Brisby escapes from the cage on her own, with her own intelligence.
Showing off the intelligence again, yeah. That was really cool, that bit. I love that she has to try it a couple of times.
Yeah.
She doesn't just work it out straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. And she nearly drowns doing it as well.
Yeah.
While
She's also
Brisby is
naked during all of this.
Yeah. It's definitely a vulnerability thing because she has to leave her cloak so it doesn't get caught on anything. But she's very shy about leaving the cloak, and that's why I said it was quite weird for her to be naked.
Yeah,
because it feels like she is naked. She has to do it naked. Because she has to leave the amulet with Justin as well.
Yeah.
So, in order to move the cinder block, the rats set up a pulley system, weirdly the second pulley system in today's episode. But Jenna sabotages the ropes and cuts them, causing it to crush Nicodemus to death.
Yeah, he's dead. Completely dead. And
completely dead.
Put the Brisby family in mortal peril as well.
Yes.
Where now they are sinking into the bog and the mud is seeping in. And a fire starts as well, for good measure. And old Mrs. Shrew gets knocked out.
Yeah, she does. I love Mrs. Shrew. She's so funny. She's so funny. Brisby then arrives to warn the rats that Nim are coming, and Jenna is like, well, we need to go then. We can't waste our time doing this. And finds out she has the amulet and wants it.
Yeah.
So the amulet must have been something that they all worked on.
It must have been, yeah. There must be some other, backstory to it that we don't really know about. But I feel like at this point Jenna goes full villain mode for.
Yes.
I think it's a bit too abrupt the way he goes.
We don't know him well enough.
Yeah.
We needed him to be put in his place by Justin or something like that. Some other scene. Like, it's the power of three, isn't it? You need to see. You need to see him in a couple of scenes before. Yeah. You do this villain.
But we've got to mention his little lackey. It's Sullivan.
Oh, Sullivan.
Sullivan
who turns
great
on him.
Yeah. Brilliant character. I love that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I like a heel turn.
But he's reluctant to kill Nicodemus as well. He doesn't want Nicodemus hurt. He just wants safety for the rats.
Yeah.
But it's another sign of intelligence that he realises that Jenna is awful, warns Justin, who then have a very good sword fight.
Yeah, really cool sword fight, yeah.
Jenna kills Sullivan, or we think he kills Sullivan, but then Sullivan throws a knife in Jenna's back.
Yeah.
And kills him. And he just lands in the mud very unceremoniously.
Yeah.
Then so the cinder block starts sinking in because it's been raining as well. The cinder block sinks, and Brisby.
That's where they live, by the way. We never mentioned that. The Brisby house is inside of a cinder block.
The cinder block, yeah.
Which is why it's so difficult for them to move the house, because they need to get Timothy somewhere else.
Yes. And she's able to use the power of the amulet and her compassion to lift the house and move it to safety.
She goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
She starts glowing yellow and gets magical abilities.
And the next morning, she could have gone with the rats, but the rats, with Justin as the new leader of the clan, have departed for Thorn Valley. And Timothy is starting to recover. And Jeremy, the crow that doesn't need to be in it, has found a mate.
Yeah, somehow. Just randomly at the end, this other woman shows up.
They
just immediately fall in love, and that's his arc over.
Yeah, the arc, quote unquote.
Yeah. We don't. Do we see Mrs. Shrew at the end?
No, we don't.
So she's dead. She died in the bog.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's no need for there to be a comic relief in this film.
No, not at all. It does just feel like Don Bluth is friends with Dom DeLuise and thought, well, we've got to give him something. I can
understand why.
Yeah. It's like he just wanted to give his buddy a role in his film.
But you could have given that role to Sullivan. You could have given Sullivan's role to Dom DeLuise.
Yeah. Was this the second Don Bluth production? I think so, because they did Banjo the Woodpile Cat, didn't they? Well, that was the first one. This must have been really early on.
Well, it's 1982.
Oh, this was the first feature film, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a great movie.
Brilliant. Loved it. Thought it was great.
The lore is enough that you want to find out more desperately, but it doesn't necessarily, the absence of it doesn't impact on the story. And it's great.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah.
It's offered to Disney and they turned it down.
Crazy. I wonder if they turned it down because of the the violence in it. It's quite a violent film.
No more violent than Basil.
Probably not. No.
So it was offered to Walt Disney Productions in 1972, but they turned it down. It was done by the 8 animation staff that left Disney to set up Don Bluth. So this was the first one they all worked on together. Yeah, man, it was so good. It was so good. Like, I wanted a series of films in this series.
We don't have many Don Bluth films left.
No, we've got to do Pebble and the Penguin, haven't we?
Yep, we've got what have we got left? Land Before Time, Rockadoodle,
Yep.
Thumbelina, Troll in Central Park, and Pebble and the Penguin. Gonna have to do a penguin week. Watch Happy
what would
Feet.
we do? Is Happy Feet? Oh yeah, Happy Feet is animated.
It is, yeah.
I could do with a few months without animals, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
The voice acting is
Absolutely
amazing.
phenomenal. Brilliant stuff. They got
Elizabeth Hartman is so good.
Yeah,
as
the
Mrs. Frisbee.
what the guy I can't remember his name. The guy who plays the owl was just incredible.
Oh, John Carradine.
John Carradine. Yeah.
And Derek Jacobi, Peter Strauss, Paul Shenar, who is wasn't Paul Shenar the guy from Scarface? Yeah, he plays Sousa in Scarface.
Yeah.
And Peter Strauss is he's just television, one of those television royalty type deals. He was in Cain and Abel, Rich Man, Poor Man, all those sorts of things. Like
Derek Jacobi in it as well. He's still alive,
Yeah, I know. He's just great in everything he's in.
Yeah.
And the music was fantastic. It's Jerry Goldsmith, so of course it was.
Yeah.
They worked with the National Philharmonic Orchestra on it.
And this is one of those like every frame a painting kind of movies.
Yeah,
where if you pause at any point, it just looks amazing. There's one scene when they're going underground when she's traveling through the Rat Kingdom to get to the entrance. It's like an overturned log that she's going over, like branches, and it's like she's framed really small in the scene, and it looks amazing.
There were a few bits. There's the bit where she goes into the tree to see the owl, where I was like, oh my god, it looks so... The owl is covered in spider webs as well, which I thought was a really nice touch. There's the bit where she fights Brutus, and every time the electricity sparks from the taser, it goes like blue and red inside the thorn bush, because it's reflecting both the thorns and the flowers. There's the bit with the lantern that you mentioned with the diving bell. The whole sequence where Nicodemus dies, where the pulley system is trying to lift the block, was so good. So good.
Yeah. A great lighting in the scenes, like the shadows are cast really well, especially when you compare it to the other thing we watched, Once Upon a Forest, yeah. Where all of the characters are flat celled and they don't have any kind of lighting or shadow. It's really, really jarring compared to this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a budget does for you.
My only criticism is that I wanted more time with the characters. So I want more Jenna to set up that villain arc. Because Jenna is a sort of Jafar, and Jafar is such a great villain. He's really well set up, because you feel like he is a genius working for an idiot, and like that sort of, it's like Edgar in Aristocats. Like you get that sort of like he turns villainous because he thinks the madam is just valuing cats' lives over his own. And you understand it. It's a human response. Jenna doesn't have a very human turn. I would get rid of Jeremy and give Dom DeLuise Sullivan, because if you're expanding Jenna's role, you expand Sullivan's with it. And it would have been interesting to see Dom DeLuise play a almost like pseudo-villainous character.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
But I wanted more with the rats. That's what I wanted the focus to be. I wanted to understand the rats and their dynamic a little bit more, because I think Justin's a really good character as well. He's like really positive and really welcoming, and you just can't help but love him from the first moment he's in the film. He's so nice to Mrs. Brisby, and it's not all about romance. It's about the fact that he respects her because her husband saved him.
It's a very healthy relationship between the two of them.
Yeah.
I also found out why Disney turned it down.
Oh, okay.
It was because they already had too many mice characters in their films. They'd only recently made Rescuers, and they said it was too similar. They didn't want to do any more mice.
Okay.
And then, 2 years later, they made Basil. So that was a stupid argument.
There has been so many attempts to do remakes and live action. Like the Russo brothers were attached in April 2019, and then they tried to do a Fox series in 2021.
I don't think it would work. I don't think now it would work. They wouldn't do it the same. Like it's the benefit of 45 years of hindsight. It would be too different. I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try. I mean, I would do a re-release. Just release it back into theaters. But I wouldn't do anything else with it. Also,
I don't want the animation touched. I don't want to see. I don't want to see like CGI Secret of NIMH. This is like a time capsule of when animation was kind of like its best.
Yeah.
Like it's perfect. It's like it's got the best some of the best matte work I've ever seen. Some of the best character design. Like Nicodemus, Sullivan, Jenna, and Justin all are rats and all look totally different.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I mean
the kids look different.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes. This film.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. For me, it's a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I loved it. 9 out of 10. Maybe even 10. If Jeremy wasn't in it would get a 10.
Yeah, I think Jeremy's the weakest point, but I can understand why they wanted Dom DeLuise in it. He's got such a good voice. I can't be angry that Dom DeLuise is in a film.
No, of course not. No.
I think I would have pushed him to Sullivan, and I would have had Sullivan and Jenna be bigger parts. That would have been really interesting to me to understand their perspectives a little bit more, and have Sullivan as this sort of like character who is push Jenna into the power hungry, inhabiting the worst elements of intelligence and thinking, like I can do better, and having Sullivan be like the traditionalist, make him fearful of change. Because a rat wouldn't care about moving to a new place, but a person gifted with intelligence would be like, oh, I can see the threat here. I don't necessarily want to move because I'm comfortable. Why can't we just live in this halfway house of being what we were?
You could have had the rat populations taking sides as well.
Yeah,
which I think would be quite interesting. Like if Jenna had his own little cabal of people going after him.
And then you could have had the fact that Nicodemus realised that he needed to die in order to let Justin be the leader who unites all those rats. That would have been that would have been great. If we do say so ourselves. But I think that's where I would have, because I don't need to introduce another species. Having all the pertinent species be rodents is really interesting. It's it's a way to go. But 9 out of 10. It's hard to pick a favourite Don Bluth, but this is definitely
it's up there.
3. Yeah. I have a real soft spot for Titan AE. I think Titan AE is just because it speaks to the whole Space Ace Dragon's Lair type of production, and I think I was surprised how well Titan AE held up. But yeah, I mean it's just Don Bluth. We're big Don Bluth fans.
We are. We're Bluth heads. We get Bluthed up on the reg.
Yeah. Amazing. And thank you to V for the suggestion to do Mouse May. I know we didn't pick all the films you suggested, but we wanted some good ones.
Yeah, we didn't want to watch Flushed Away.
Yeah, I can't deal with Flushed Away. We're going to do Flushed Away at a different time.
Yeah.
The sewer episode.
We could watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if we did Sewer Week.
Oh, we could do. Have we done Mutant
time?
Mayhem?
We haven't done
Mutant
Mayhem. No, we haven't.
Man, we should do Mutant Mayhem because Mutant Mayhem's excellent.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, really enjoyable.
All right. So, if you want to send emails, you need to do that via our Gmail address.
That was a really weird way of saying that.
That was so weird. Yeah, send emails to toonhounds@gmail.com. But if you need to want to support the show and join our Discord and see that picture of Natalie Dyer looking like a mouse, then you need to head over to patreon.com/toonhounds and support us there. For low prices, you can help keep the show on the air. You can make it that, like, every 6 months, Bibbsy and I can afford a video game.
And if you would like to, rate us on whatever rating system you can find. Any kind of podcast rating system, yeah.
Yeah, if you could review us on iTunes or anything like that, that would be really good. Share us with your friends. Next time you're watching a cartoon, bring up the old Toonhounds episode where we talk about that cartoon in depth, and you could be like, I agree, or, oh my god, these idiots.
Yeah,
what are they talking about?
It's quite likely that we have done an episode on the thing that you're watching. We've watched like 600 cartoons.
Yeah, we've watched a lot. And we've had to double dip a few times as well.
Yeah.
We haven't done Justice League. I'm going to say this.
No.
We haven't done a Justice League or a Justice League Unlimited.
We haven't done superheroes in quite a while.
We haven't. We've done fucking tons of animal-related stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, go and support us there. It does help out. If you like the shorts that Spivsy does... go and visit our YouTube channel because they're quite funny. But also listen to the show there, rate and subscribe, and do the notification bell and all that sort of stuff. Should we do some emails?
Let's do some emails. I've already got them open because
I know Thomas sent a really long one. He said he had.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Settle in. Our first one is from Is Really Donut.
Hi Donut.
And it's entitled Mouse, May, Mouse, May, Month, Mouse, Month, May, Mouse, Month. I didn't have any clever ideas for the subject line.
Well, we can't combine the words. They're impossible.
No,
anime would have been perfect.
Apparently anime is just like a thing. I think it's like a Crunchyroll thing. Or
all
like
right. We're going to have it as well.
I saw it on, it was anime sale on the Xbox as well, where they were saying anime related things. But I suppose like anime is just something I feel like multiple people are going to come to that conclusion on their own, aren't they? Yeah. Except V. Hello, my dear hounds. So bad news. I think I missed my window to see the Mario Galaxy movie at my local theatre. So I'll have to wait to watch it at home to form opinions on the film.
I think I spoke to Donut yesterday and they said that they had seen it. So, enjoyed it. So, you haven't passed Donut. You haven't.
The good news is Mina the Hollower. It's finally coming out the 29th of this month.
Yacht Club games, man.
Yeah.
I think Donut's one of the only people who loves Yacht Club games more than me.
Yeah.
Mina the Hollower looks so good. It looks really good. I'm surprised it has taken that long because Continue did a thing on it ages ago, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did Yacht Club games did that ninja game as well, didn't they? I didn't think that was great.
I don't think they made it. I think they
just distribute it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That wasn't great, but everything they've done with it was fine. It was
fine. Yeah, like I beat it, but I didn't have any intentions of going back to it at any point.
No, same. Whereas Mina the Hollower looks great. Like, if you've seen all the stuff about, like, if Mina gets too close to a hole, she starts to sweat.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah. Clearly, the universe heard you and V when it was declared this month was dedicated to mice. Also, don't say this isn't relevant because Mina is partially inspired by Mrs. Brisby.
Oh. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Anyways, at the end of April, I travelled to England for a wedding, and I have thoughts and feelings.
Oh, thoughts and feelings about England.
Oh, no. We have those as well, most days.
Yeah, I hate the country I was born to. It's xenophobic, pseudo-racist nonsense.
I didn't have
it's not even pseudo anymore, is it?
No, it's not even pseudo. No, it's just racist. And transphobic, don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, true.
I didn't have a chance to go to any major cities, but I was surprised just how rural things felt compared to where I am in southern Connecticut. I don't think I've seen so many rolling fields and sheep in my life. I could not help but saying another beautiful day in God's country to my friends like in Hartford. Yeah, I live like properly in the countryside.
Yeah,
so I am surrounded by fields.
Yeah,
and I went for a walk recently down some like the ones where you actually like physically have to open gates to get through to go down walking.
Oh,
paths.
like What's it called? A stile? No,
Yeah,
a stile
like
was the one kissing gate.
Yes, yeah. I had to go
Kissing
through
gate.
kissing gates. And I ended up in a field where there were just horses in a field.
Yeah.
Don't-
That is a
walked-
common
Yeah.
thing for us as well, like when we go on a walk.
You just like walk incredibly close to sheep
Yeah.
without even knowing they're going to be there. It's really weird.
Well, and also you have to play the what's that dung game, like, because it's like, is that big enough to be a bull? Am I in
Yeah.
a bull's field?
Or like those goats are getting very close.
Yeah. Or those cows. More people die from being trampled by cows than I think eaten by or killed by sharks.
That makes sense. Cows are big.
Yeah.
You don't
Cows
realise how
are
big
big.
cows are before you stand next to one.
And quite protective, especially if like if it's calving season.
Yeah.
Carve, not
carving.
carve.
They don't have got
No, not
knives.
carving
Yeah.
them up. About having calves.
I was thinking of the
they are-
cows actually like brandishing knives. I was thinking of the cows being carved.
But yeah, if you're near when like early spring or something like that, they are very aggressive and territorial.
Yeah. I was also pleasantly surprised to learn that government-funded museums are free. Imagine
Yeah.
a government doing something nice like that for its citizens. That shit would never happen over here, sadly. They are free, but have you seen the prices in the gift shop? Criminal.
Yeah, but I don't mind that so much
No, I
because
don't
you can still go to yeah, I know you didn't, but like you can go to I think museums have a really nice policy where they have donation boxes, so you
Yeah.
feel almost guilted into it. But if you can't afford to pay money to go to a museum, you should never ever feel like you can't go in.
Yeah. Usually if they have some kind of like membership fee or something,
Yeah.
I will just buy a membership. Because usually it's like £20 and you can just get in for the year. I like doing that sort of thing.
We've got a nice city museum next to us called the Box, and it has like a big natural history thing. And at the moment, it has. Do you know the barrel cook stuff? Do you know that?
No.
So it's like the pictures of the big sort of like rotund ladies.
Right, yeah.
You'll know it if you see it. If you
Yeah.
type in Beryl Cook. So she came from Plymouth. So they're like sexually suggestive, rotund ladies eating fish and chips and stuff like that. And when I worked at the theatre, the
Is this like the sort of
workshop
stuff you get on postcards?
Yes, and the workshop were making the installations around Plymouth, and there's lots of Beryl Cook figures around Plymouth at the moment. It's really cool.
We've got they had it happens quite often here where we'll have like art installations of animals just like placed
cool.
around randomly, and we had one of mice recently, which was like stuff to do with Hull. So it was like there'd be a mouse that was meant to be based on Philip Larkin, so it was covered in poetry and things like that.
Yeah,
and
that's
they auctioned off all of the mice after the installation, and there's one at the school near me. Just
that's really
outside the
cool.
gates. So there's now there's just a big mouse outside the gates of the school. There's loads
really
of
cool.
museums here. It's like we've got a literal place called the Museum Quarter where there's like 5 different museums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Good.
cool.
They're good ones as well. There's one called the Street Life Museum, which is like made to look like an 18th century street. And you can like go into the sweet shop and stuff and into a pharmacy and see all the cocaine on the shelves and stuff. It's really cool.
That is cool.
We had to take country roads on the way to the wedding. And let me tell you, I was shocked and horrified. What do you mean those roads can have speed limits up to 60 miles an hour?
So driving down a country road is a terrifying experience.
It is, yeah.
But we do rely on people to use their common sense and not drive at the national speed limit every time. So you can go fast, but you have to appropriately drive. Most country roads are single track lanes with passing places, so you have to just be sensible. But they're difficult, especially if you've got like bus. I'm going to tell you something. Buses sometimes use country lanes, and you have to reverse quite a way away to get to a passing point. And if there is a queue of cars behind you, that is going to be a long time that you are stuck in that bit of traffic.
And the smallest pavements that you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
They are like pavements which are 2 inches wide. It's basically a curb that you have to walk on.
Even if they are a pavement, sometimes those country lanes are just like dirt and you just have to walk on it. Like, and hope you don't get hit by a car.
Yeah, I live near a place where like the pavement just stops.
Yeah.
It's the end of the pavement.
Yeah. Good old country living.
What do you mean the roads sometimes narrow down to one lane for two-way traffic? What a nightmare.
What do you mean sometimes?
Often.
Yeah.
Also, prawn cocktail crisps are pretty good.
I'd say skips are good.
Yeah, I like skips. I like a skip. I like a skip and a quaver.
Yeah. Oh, a quaver's great.
Yeah, love a quaver. It kind of reminded me of the all-dressed chip flavour in Canada. I don't remember the official stance on the show about prawn cocktail. I do remember you bringing it up, so I guess I'll be vindicated or disappointed.
So I don't mind them. They're not my favourite flavour of crisp.
You're all right.
I think they're a bit too stinky.
I don't like real prawn cocktail because I don't like eating anything that looks the way it did when it was alive.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
prawn
You
cocktail
need some
flavour,
cognitive dissonance in your
Yeah.
in your food. Yeah. I like scampi fries, and I would argue that they're stinkier than prawn cocktail crisps, but they're the right sort of stinky. I think prawn cocktail are a bit too fishy in the wrong way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's like levels of fishiness, isn't there?
Yeah, fishy in a sort of like left out in the sun.
Yeah,
Fishy.
it's like there's like a from cod to prawn, I think.
Yeah.
If you smell a cooked cod, it's like, oh wow, that smells fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you get to cooked prawn, it's like, ooh.
I think skip, lovely. Scampi fry, lovely. Because scampi is a prawn, it's just a bigger prawn. Prawn cocktail Walker's crisps, too much for me. But I'm glad you like them. I'm surprised you don't have those in the States.
Yeah, I'm as well. They used to have everything, don't they?
In the colonies.
Yeah, in the colonies. Anyway, I had a great time seeing all my friends, and I'd visit again. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. Bye.
Southwest.
Southwest.
I would dodge London. Unless you want to do the whole fly into London, spend a couple of days in London at the end of your vacation.
Yeah, because I feel like London is an exciting place to visit.
Yes, to visit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would go southwest, and I would start at Bristol, and I would look around Bristol because Bristol's a really nice city. Then I would go to Bath. Yeah. Because Bath is just a lovely town. Bath is the place I would love to live, but I'm not a multimillionaire.
Oh god, it's so expensive.
And then I would go north into Wales, or I would go southwest into Cornwall and walk some of the Jurassic Coast, because the Cornish coast is really nice to walk along. What about you, Swift?
Hastings, I would go to.
Oh, Hastings is lovely.
Hastings is a really nice place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of that whole area. Like if you can get to Dover as well, it's really nice there as well.
Yeah.
Brighton the coast
Eastbourne
is just very quite lovely in the south of England.
Even like the more, I would say, the slightly more touristy places, like even like Weston-super-Mare.
Yeah. I just go on holiday there all the time.
But it's
that was like
it's
a holiday
nice.
destination. Yeah.
Really, really long beach.
Yeah.
Like 3 miles of beach.
Is Black Gang Shine still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
I remember going. They had a really, really cool mini golf course in Black Gang Shine.
Yeah. It's we stopped there on our way to the New Forest. The New Forest is somewhere you should go as well. That's just beautiful. Like national forestry.
Is that the one with the redwoods?
Protected. Yeah. It's got some redwoods, but they're not the same as like the ones in.
Yeah.
Where is it called? Oh my god, the national park in the States.
Yeah, these are just called the redwoods.
With the half dome. Fucking hell, everyone's shouting. Shit, I can't remember.
No.
Never mind. Never mind. But yeah, I would recommend those places. Lots of people will say, like, go to Ireland, go to Scotland. I think those are places you go solely. So you go to Scotland to have a walk around different parts of Scotland.
Yeah, you go to Scotland to go to Scotland. You don't go to the UK to go to Scotland.
No.
Yeah.
But I would do, if you come back, go London, then either go... either go to the coast. That's what you want. You want a journey to the coast. Which is what I did in as I grew older. Started in London and moved further west. And I've just settled now in the west, half an hour from the beach and half an hour from the moors, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes from a city. There you go.
We've got another email from Is Really Donut.
Oh.
And it's
You
entitled
watched Galaxy now.
Read the email I sent on the 12th first. Oh, read the email I sent on the 12th first, because, oops, I actually got to see the Mario Galaxy movie. My
There you
bad.
go.
I'd mentioned it to family, and when they looked up showings, they couldn't find it. But when I looked myself, I was able to find some. Now, all of the complaints I've seen on socials confused me even more, because I thought the movie was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess
I agree.
algorithms really do prioritise negativity. If anything, I liked it better than the first one. The story and pacing are on par with each other, but a lack of licensed music, no Cranky Kong, and better and more varied set pieces meant I had more fun with it overall.
I would agree with the first point. Less Cranky Kong, less licensed music. I think they're both the same. I'd give them a solid 7.5, maybe an 8. I think there's too much going on in Galaxy. There's not enough Mario and Luigi, which is a big problem for me. But I've said this to Donut. Like, have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, okay. Well, when it comes out, we'll do a episode on it. But I think I'll say something I've said quite regularly, but I'm gonna say it again. I've said it to Donut. Not because Donut disagreed, but because this is my take on it. I think the negativity comes around from the fact that as we grow, properties stay in their same shape, that we change.
Yeah.
So I think as adults, we go and see something that we loved as a kid and we don't understand why we don't love it. So then it turns into negativity.
Yeah.
But I went to see it with Evan, and Evan fucking loved it and laughed all the way through it. And that made my enjoyment of it much more understandable for me. Like, I understand it because it is geared towards kids.
Yes.
And this kid next to me is having a fucking lovely time. And that was really what mattered. So I was like, I like this film. Could it have done stuff better? Absolutely. Does the third one probably need to focus on a bit of story? Yeah. But was there enough sort of references? And there's a really good, like, reference to a final Mario fight and stuff at the end. You know, the problem is they've got too many characters. You didn't need to introduce Yoshi and Bowser Jr. and Rosalina and pay homage to all and
Fox
Star Fox. You can't pay all these characters the attention they deserve. Is that a problem for kids? Absolutely not.
No,
they want to see new stuff and they want to be entertained. And you know, I thought it was perfectly good.
Yeah, it's like, I think watching stuff with kids, like just even The Room, kind of changes your perspective on movies in a way.
And media in general, yeah.
Yeah, because they do view things differently to adults, because like, you know, they haven't had the trauma of living for 30 years or anything like that.
Or like the natural exuberance of youth beating out of them.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember when I went to see No Way Home. Mm-hmm. No Way Home's the one with all the other characters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where they go on multiverse. And I thought it was fine while I was watching it, like at the cinema. It was, you know, it's an okay movie. But there was a little kid there who was absolutely loving it. Like, so excited about seeing all of these characters, like jumping out of her seat and pointing at the screen because she was so excited. And that made the movie a better experience. It's like, well, I understand why people like this.
It's the flip side of the coin of watching horror in a packed room and feeding off the fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
You feed off the enjoyment of other people, which is a rare thing nowadays.
Yeah,
but like, we're watching The Mandalorian at home because everyone wants to go and see The Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah. And he is fucking obsessed at the moment with The Mandalorian, to the point where we had to go to school the other day and I had to have a conversation with his teacher because he kept saying, "This is the way," when she kept asking him to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's not disrespectful. He's saying he complies and he understands.
That's
and she was
funny.
like, oh, I thought he was being rude. And I was like, no, but thank you for, I'll tell him to stop maybe doing it at school. But he says it all the time at home. And if we don't say it, he comes and gives us a nudge and says, "This is the way." So we all have to say it because he says that, he said something very cute the other day, that he would rather be a Mandalorian than a Jedi because he is attached to us, and being Mandalorian means being connected to your family. And we were like, Yeah, that's good.
He's
That's
understanding what the
Yeah.
premise of the show is. That's like good media recognition, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. If he's really excited about something, he understood everything that was happening in Lord of the Rings, and we were like, my God, we thought this was going to be really complicated for him, and he's like getting everything. And he's like that with the Mandalorian as well. He was like, why did Luke take him if he knew he was going to be potentially hard to train? And we were like, well, you're hard to teach sometimes. Do you think people should give up on you? And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, I get it. So like this negativity that has come out of I think it's there's also a little bit of critics panned the first one, and it was $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
So I think they want this one to fail.
Yeah, because critics don't like animated films in general,
but they don't like being proven wrong either.
Yeah.
So, like, there was that big backlash about Shawshank when it first came out, and it did insanely well. And then all of a sudden, like, people were like reinventing what Shawshank was to them at the time. But when it comes around for awards, Shawshank is never mentioned. Because they don't want to be proven wrong.
Yeah. I guess. Oh, I dropped my phone then. I guess to keep things a little more interesting than talking about Mario movies again, I can ask if either of you are interested in that new Ghost in the Shell show coming out soon.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's I think it's going to be on Amazon Prime. Yeah, they're doing it
a live action film.
No, it's an anime. I can't remember what company is doing it. I don't think it's Bones or anything like that.
Science Saru.
What did they do? I recognise the name. It does look really good though. It looks very stylized.
They did an adventure, a couple of Adventure Time episodes. They did Star Wars Visions. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
Oh, Devilman Crybaby.
Dan. Yeah, I started watching that. I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's really fun. Yeah, we should do that. That would have been perfect for anime.
It would have been. Yeah,
but they're owned by Toho.
There are so many anime about psychics, so we could probably do that as a theme and watch Dan and Mob.
Yeah,
you would love Mob Psycho 100. It's so good.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll take your word for it, and then we'll watch it. We'll add it to the list. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to put it down right now. I'm going to be a sensible hound. A minute, what have we got? We've still got to do SpongeBob, Camp Coral, and Yo-Yogi.
Yep.
We've still got to do Scott Pilgrim, which is going to be next episode. I had a fucking list of these, seriously. I can't find it for love and money. That's such an English expression, for love and money. Oh no, Mitchell versus the Machines and Wild Robot.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it on the list. So that was Dan and Mob.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll get this out of the way then now. The next episode and the episode after, we'll be doing Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. So we'll be doing 1 to 5 the next episode, and then 6 to 10 the episode after. Mitchell versus the Machines versus Wild Robot is the episode after.
Yep.
Then SpongeBob, Camp Coral versus Yo-Yogi for our second Babies episode. And then Dan and Mob for Psychics.
Yeah.
Perfect. There we go. Look at that. Organisational skills. Well, really writing in a notebook, but you know.
Yeah. We've got an email from Nate Bit.
Hi, Nate. What games has he played this week?
It's entitled Mise Muska Toonhounds. Yo, Toonhounds. I haven't emailed in a while because I'm a bum. But in honour of Mouse May, I've pulled up some classic games based on the toons you two have watched. Turns out...
Five Will Goes West, the SNES game.
Yeah. Turns out there's only one. One game made for all of these toons. Apparently, the internet can lie. I was told that there was a Once Upon the Forest game for the Game Boy and a Rescuers Down Under game for the Sega Genesis. All lies. Fuck AI. Anyways, there is a Once Upon a Forest PC point-and-click adventure game. I found that out.
That sounds boring.
Yeah. The game I did play was American Tail 5 Will Goes West for the SNES. Surprise, surprise, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You play as Fievel, who is dressed as a cowboy right off the bat. Screw all the story details. This mouse is pissed. He's running around shooting every cat in the world. No mercy. I've played this one, and it's surprisingly difficult. It's quite a hard
I've played
game.
it as well. Yeah.
My favourite part is that when the cats explode when they die. The first boss melts into the ground. It's pretty brutal.
Wow.
Also, at the end of each stage, Wily Burp teleports you to a cliff's edge in the middle of the desert and praises you like a deity. All in all, pretty fun.
Sounds cool.
While there aren't any games for these other tunes, I would recommend one of my favourite mouse-based NES titles, Magical Quest, starring Mickey Mouse. Genuinely great game, and the sequels ain't half bad. I had one of the Mickey Mouse Genesis games was one of the few Sega games I had growing up, and I never got past the third stage. I don't think to this day would be able to get past the first stage. It's such a difficult game.
I think I had Castle of Illusion.
Yes, that's what I had. Yeah, where you have to fight the Jack in the Box in the toy stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also had Magical Quest, which was really good. It's the one where you pulled the tomatoes off the vine and they turned into helicopters. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do remember that one.
It's really good.
Is Donald Duck in that one as well?
I don't think so.
Because there is one where I think it was like the third one. Because there was one where you play as Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck.
Wait a minute. I will forward this to you, the image. Wait a minute. Well, actually, I'm going to forward the link. So look at those images. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I've played this.
Spider boss, and you could be a fireman and a magician. There's a boss level. It's not on here, but where you are fighting a gargoyle face, and platforms are going round, and they're on fire, and you have to put them out. You used to have like a turban if you had the magic power and stuff like that. That was a great game.
Do you remember the PlayStation 1 Mickey Mouse game where you played through the cartoons? So like the first level was Steamboat Willie, and then the second level was the Mad Doctor. That was a great game.
Mouse game. Oh my god! Just what was it called? Mickey's Wild Adventure.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was great.
Yeah,
it was really great. I remember it. Because you fought what's his name? Steamboat Willie guy, and the level Pete, and the level gradually got more colour. I remember that.
Yeah,
as you transferred into a new level, that was a great game. There's a lot of really good Mickey games. Also, talking of mouse games, Little Samson for the NES.
Yeah,
I know you only play as a mouse for a little while, but that game is fucking great.
It's really good.
I was so glad when they played that for Continued.
Yeah, I was as well.
Reference to the show. But like, I remember someone having that game when I was younger, and I loved it. It was like Bucky O'Hare, but much better.
Yeah. Thanks for reading my emails. Hugs and kisses, Toonhounds. Hope you eat a huge triangular wedge of cheese and comically retain its shape with your broken bodies. Love Nate Bit.
Well, if maintaining the shape of your food is what humans do, I am currently the shape of a pear. So I've been eating a lot of pears. I don't think I'm that bad, but I have decided I've started going to the gym every day. So
oh God, every day.
Every day. It's either gym or a run, which is it's as bad as it sounds, but still go do it because it's good. I like the video game ones because then we get to have these sort of like nostalgic.
Yeah.
I don't know it's not nostalgia, lostalgia.
Lostalgia.
So like longing for an experience that you have like lost from your memory. So like, you know, I've made that word up. It's like playing Magical Quest. I remember it and I'm like, I want to play it again.
Yeah, but if you played it again, it wouldn't be the same because you're not 12. So
it wouldn't. Still, it's a great game.
We've got an email here from V.
Hello, V.
It's entitled "Sexy Mice and Why Are They So Darn Attractive?" Dear Toonhounds.
Next email.
Dear Toonhounds, why is Mrs. Brisby so hot? Is it her large thighs and cheek fluff? Is it 'cause she's got kind of like a hot 30s to 40s lesbian art MILF thing going on like Miss Frizzle? Please discuss in detail. I await your response. V. No.
I think she is quote unquote attractive as a character because she is just a perfect person.
Yeah. Like I've said in the past, I'm not attracted to animated characters.
Yeah. I think when I was probably younger, I probably had maybe some crushes on some. But yeah. Anyway, Mrs. Frisbee is a fantastic character, but I'm not attracted to mice.
No, I'm not either. No.
I can't really comment on the fact. I think the big eyes, big butt thing is slightly fooling you, V.
Yeah. Also, like Miss Frizzle. Is Miss Frizzle like an attractive character?
Well, I think what V was saying is she's got the same sort of lesbian energy,
I suppose.
the same sort of sapphic energy.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I'm not seeing it, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had any
neither.
kind of like feelings towards Miss Frizzle.
No.
Is it because people are like into teachers, do you think?
Maybe that could be part of it as well.
Yeah.
Which, again, I don't see a problem with. But
No.
I've never been into one of my teachers because it feels a little bit too much like, it could be misconstrued as sexual abuse,
Yeah.
on their part.
Do you want to read the incredibly long Thomas Martin email?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go for it. Wait, that's what NIMH stands for?
Yep. This is why I like Thomas emails, because they always just say what we've been talking about and reinforce our opinions on things.
Greetings, Toonhounds. For some reason, I expected NIM to mean some sort of ancient thing, but it's kind of awesome that it stands for a US mental health agency, and that humans messing with nature is some sort of mythical thing to the animals in that world. It makes sense. Their sense of lifespans and what humans do would be so different from ours.
Yep, talked about that.
Yeah. On that note, it is crazy as an American to go to Europe and see things older than our country. Being from the New England, same England taste with half the calories, we have far older buildings than much of the Midwest and west of our country. Yep. Unless, of course, you count anything Spanish or indigenous. And, and the South, because we burned most of it down. But apparently not enough considering all the redistricting bullshit they're doing. Savannah is nice, though. Glad General Sherman spared their buildings. I was a history major, and US history is very condensed. We spend one class on colonial and the Revolution up to the Civil War, then the next class going from Reconstruction, Gilded Age into World War II and beyond. Often
I was going to say that. What did you do beyond that? The United States is like 250 years old.
Yeah. Often they run out of time after Vietnam, and I feel now like that's a huge mistake, as there is so much that they probably aren't allowed to talk about with the post-Nixon plan to ruin this country. Our media is the way it is due to Republicans realising they needed a propaganda arm that would have stopped him from resigning. It took them almost 20 years for talk radio and cable news to become mainstream, and the rest is history. When I was at university, I took American Studies as like an elective for a couple of classes because I did Hollywood stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that in their classes, because I didn't do like the proper like history stuff, I was just there for the media stuff. They spent quite a lot of time on Reaganism. It was like a thing. Because I remember there being like where they put people's work up or like posters up of what they're doing in the American Studies sector of the building. And it was a lot of Reagan stuff was up because they used to have pictures of him up and everything. So I think like it's quite interesting that we focus on it in this country more than they do over there.
I would. I think we're. I don't know how American high school works, but we learn history up until the point of like age 15, 16.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like Evan at school learns history now. So year 2 was the first time he took history lessons, and he learned about the Bronze Age Britain and the Romans. Mm-hmm. And then he doesn't stop learning history for another, like 10 years, effectively.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works in America. I get the feeling that European countries, because they're so old, value history a lot more than, this is a generalization, so please forgive me if I'm wrong, than North Americans. And mainly that is probably because you delve too far into American history, and there is a lot of... I'm not saying there isn't with British, believe me, but I think we learn our history warts and all. So we learn, Guy Fawkes and the Houses of Parliament, and, Hastings and, the battle for the throne that led to 1066 and the sign, like the Magna Carta and all the and World War One and World War Two, with the eye of. So my history teacher in secondary school always taught us that World War Two was the direct fault of Russia, France, and England, Britain, forcing Germany into a position where they were so poor that they easily succumbed to the rise of nationalism.
Yeah,
and that was quite a common conception to be taught in secondary school, especially like a good secondary school. I'm not sure with what is happening in the United States at the moment that learning history, warts and all, is something that government is interested in.
The American exceptionalism, that's a real big issue in America, I think.
Yeah, and I don't think that's... Go on, sorry.
I think it's like the idea of Americanism as a concept at all is... I don't think it's a good way of teaching any kind of history in any kind of nation, because it gives the impression that there is like a base level of what your country is.
Yeah.
And life is too complicated to do that kind of thing. I don't think you should teach any kind of history in the basis of this is what their entire society of everything was like. You should teach history based on the people involved rather than it being like a homogenous, glut of a society. It's like when we learn Tudor England.
Yeah.
We aren't taught it as in like the entire country was the Tudors. We learn about Plantagenets and we learn about the War of the Roses and I think like the Norman Conquest is a perfect example of how British history is taught, that there were massive difference in viewpoint, like with Saxons and like even at the time of the Norman invasion and Harold Hardrada and Harold Godwinson, you had still people in the southwest following, like not actually following Boudicca, but like the teachings of those people. Yes, and like the Celtish element. You didn't have just everyone behind one flag. Yeah. And it wasn't like a case of, this viewpoint was right and this viewpoint was wrong. It's just historical fact. I think, like, in 1066, the Picts were barely dying out at that point.
Yeah.
And that, in like, the public consciousness, it's like 1066 is a knowable date. It's kind of like, it doesn't feel like long enough ago that we don't still have the ramifications of it felt in our society.
Even, like... most of the agricultural technological advancements that were learned in things like crop rotation around the time of the Norman Conquest are still in effect. 1,000 years later. Yeah. So I'm just kind of like that sort of stuff amazes me. Like that's how we learn history in terms of historical impact and how it has shaped society, rather than historical impact and how it shapes our vision of what we should be.
Very fascinating, I think. Anyways, something less depressing. Once Upon a Forest. Man, that was a fun time, wasn't it? I hope to one day have a New Orleans jazz funeral while I'm still dying, especially if I'm sinking in quicksand and possibly could be saved. I remember renting various depressing cartoons when staying at my grandmother's. We would go to this convenience store, which also had movies to rent, before the Blockbuster days. I don't miss Blockbuster because it killed the small-time rental experience. We had a place like that as well. It was on the corner of like a main road. It was like, a 4-lane main road, and there was just a dingy little rental shop on the corner. And I used to get VHSs from there. I used to constantly rent We're Back, A Dinosaur Story.
Did you call it the video shop like everyone did?
Yeah.
I had one that was like it did Super NES and then later on PS1 games and then started to branch into Xbox and stuff before Blockbuster wiped it all out. And then Netflix wiped Blockbuster out. But I used to love going to the video shop because we didn't have a Blockbuster in our town. So I had a video shop.
We had Apollo Video instead of Blockbuster.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember those pink and white signs.
Yeah. Until they brought in, I don't know why they did this, they brought in a rule at the Apollo video near where I lived where children weren't allowed in without parental supervision, despite the fact they sold video games and children's movies, because they were saying that kids were loitering inside the shop too much. And within like 3 months, the place closed down.
Yeah.
Just terrible marketing decision to say like kids were like their entire, customer base.
Catchment, yeah. The sphere of influence is directly in 12 to 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember getting chucked out of there when I tried to bring a video back, so I just kept it. So I've still got a copy of Rascal for the PS1 that I never brought back because they kicked me out of the shop.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of nostalgia for Blockbuster, but only because it was the next best thing. So when the video shops started to crumble, Blockbuster was like, okay, so this is a bit more corporate, but at least we have this. And now we don't have anything like that, and we have soul-destroying Netflix and can't have physical property.
Yeah, I lived above a Blockbuster for 6 months. In an apartment above a Blockbuster while it was shutting down. So I blame myself for it closing down.
You're very influenced, your sphere of influence on the business caused it to shut down.
I don't miss Blockbuster because it killed the small-time rental experience. Thankfully, this store is still around, but it hasn't rented out movies in decades now. Sad cartoons still remind me of her as she passed when I was 10. In fact, I think one of the last ones was The Land Before Time, when the grandfather gets sick and they got to find some sort of plant, much like this movie. We both didn't care much for it. But also there was Star Wars, Home Alone, and some less depressing ones.
That's nice that your memories of your grandmother is tied in with films that you liked. That's really nice.
This feels sad enough to be a Bluth film, but Hanna-Barbera did it. To be fair, David Kirshner has a ton of Bluth connections, so I guess it's an honorary Bluth film. I give it credit for sticking to some characters dying. Michelle does get the silly magic tear to save her, along with some medicine, but has to find out her parents are dead. And we hear how Cornelius lost his parents, now his sister, and now only has his niece left, and she might die. And to save her, he might have to send some kids to their doom in some sort of steampunk contraption.
It's a badly thought out plan. He's tried nothing and he's all out of ideas.
That stuck with me in an era where even saying the word dead was taboo in cartoons, and I noticed it. Like that Animaniacs where Skippy the squirrel kept sobbing before saying the word dead after watching Bambi's mom get blown away. I realised that was probably intentional and felt I was watching a smart, cultured show, and I was right.
Yeah.
I also like how Once Upon a Forest, or OAF, shows that some humans are good.
OAF. Lots of vowels there.
And that they save them all after he conveniently loses his clothing and glasses. Also, Cornelius is voiced by none other than the Phantom of the Opera himself, Michael Crawford. His comatose niece is voiced by Elizabeth Moss. I can't think of a good Scientologist joke. Surprisingly, no Frank Welker to be found on the Wikipedia page. There wasn't in NIMH either.
Nope.
This movie really helped to make me anti-littering, along with a few other movies where errant cigarettes cause fires. I was kind of a chud in my high school and college years, but I always hated when people threw trash on the ground. Thanks, liberal media.
I hate that as well. Oh, and I always think of the not Native American.
Oh yeah, the guy crying. Yeah. Okay, I should go. This email was far longer than I planned, and I've sent a few big ones in a row. Toondles.
Never apologise for a long email because it's great.
Then it sent a second email saying, I should say US history is not condensed. Drawn out, I mean. Especially the Civil War, and compared to how our world, Europe, and Asian histories are speedruns in comparisons. But I guess the Civil War needs more attention, especially Reconstruction, as its failure lives on today. But I'll save that conversation for History Hounds.
My favourite thing is that the Confederacy lasted less time than Michael Dorn's appearances on Star Trek.
Yeah.
So why not be Klingon instead of Confederates?
Yeah. Toonhounds has lasted longer than the Confederacy.
Well, yeehaw! You should fly your Toonhounds flags at the Civil War.
We have had more of a cultural impact than the Civil War. I'm going to say that.
Absolutely. Or more justifiable contribution.
Yeah.
Is that it for our emails today?
That is all of our emails.
That was good. We had a lot of... I just headbutted my fucking microphone. That was good. We had a lot of... Good luck editing that one out. We had a lot of emails today. That was really good. You've got... You know what the next 2 months of Toonhounds are going to be. So you have no excuse not to send emails. So I'm going to... Yeah, I'll do a quick reminder. We are doing Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, episodes 1 to 5 next. And then the episode after, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, episodes 6 to 10. Then we're doing Mitchell versus the Machines versus the Wild Robot for our Robots episode. SpongeBob, Camp Coral, and Yo-Yogi for our Babies 2 episode, Revenge of the Babies. And then Dan and what was the other one?
Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho for Psychics, because I've just written Mob, so that's not helpful. For Psychics. So that's like 2 months of episodes. In fact, 2.5 months of episodes.
Yeah.
So you can find whatever games you need to play, Nate. You can send in your long emails, Thomas.
I don't think there are any games for any of these things. Because they're all quite new. I mean, there's a Scott Pilgrim game.
There's a Scott Pilgrim game, which you need to play.
Yeah. EX is fantastic. I had so much fun with that one.
But, so that's it from us. So, enjoy the next 2.5 months of Toonhounds content that we have planned. If you don't, I hope you enjoyed Mouse May. Sean just posted that he had a laugh last night realising that in Mouse May, the most famous cartoon mouse will not be featured.
Yeah,
that's how we roll. Mickey Mouse deserves his own episode.
He does, yeah. Yeah, we should watch some of the old shorts, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
The old shorts where he's like a violent animal abuser.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed Mouse May. There will be other May themes. I'm not sure if we would stick to mouse.
No.
But we would change up May. May could be our themed month. But thank you for your support. Continuing to watch the show, continuing to email in. We really appreciate it. Share us around. Hopefully get us some more people interested in the show. And until next time, take care of yourselves. And have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye.